North America Challengers. So going toe-to-toe in this map is going to be very fun. I do agree to what Roy was saying about one of the teams having to make sure they don't fall into their traps. But both teams are probably going to play some very slow play style because of the double senti on both sides.
I know we were very interested to see what Logan's impact was going to be, and he's solo lurking over at B. He'll be able to teleport out, and QOR just going to take this one step at a time. But this walk up is juicy. Winthrop going hunting. Also, where this chamber could be teleporting back into is going to be suspicious. Yeah. And they're maybe waiting for that to happen.
And they're trying to find the best way here to throw that smoke unless they go for that fight against Logan again. He's walking back towards tiles.
All right, QOR, like, this is so suspiciously quiet and open and free. What is going on? Governor is going to keep them distracted here in heaven, and here is the flank. Infiltrator first contact, first blow to QOR, and another swing. And Infiltrator takes a lot of shots to put him down. Get a chance for Winthrop to swing back in, and it's just a bloodbath. That nerve puts them all down. 2 versus 2, though.
One enemy
Look at where Logan's exploring, going all the way through glass and behind enemy lines, and Governor will just try to take the wins where he can. He knows where the last 2 people are left, and back around the corner. And he has to try and defuse the spike. This is great positioning out of QOR to just run away from the problem.
And we wanted Logan to land some shots when I was basically saying where was a strong point that Winthrop University had against QOR when we were playing on Corrode. He is not missing those shots, especially when I feel like the wall unironically left us a gap that Logan was able to walk up to without needing to break any of those nodes to get the easy backstab right there on the top of A Heaven. That was just very nicely played. A little bit of luck coming on the side of QOR, but it ends up being the perfect play for them to convert that post plant here on that round. And they're going strong into the second round. Look at how much range they're utilizing in the second map, in the second round, sorry. 2 Guardians, Marshall.
Hey, let's blink on out. Did cost Logan a lot of damage, though. At least he exchanged some blows with moves.
Here.
It's going to pull some rotations even towards B.
Now we just go back into the standard. This time you're not really leveraging like the double TPs to take control of tree. It's just a drone. Just another great piece of equipment that could be utilized here to fight into tree.
And Winthrop are not giving them anything. Time QOR tried to check them, there's just no one home.
Definitely just kept them guessing with that smoke towards the door, and then you flash. Now you're pulling to rotate back to cover tree. Now it opens up middle. There's 3 players lurking up on that side, and there is that call finally for the drum spot from Governor.
All right, moves. Got to keep this on watch, and that's a great paranoia from Glyph. QOR just gonna have to stay put and mark it. And now here's the flood back in, and the blood is on the floor, and QOR, big wins from all sides. Great coordination on the angles. Infiltrator was on their tail, and he's the one that gets bit down on.
Very difficult to do too when you throw the paranoia away. You're already giving to your opponents the tell that you have some sort of players tucked in corners, crossfires being set up. QOR just ate that flash and held their ground and made sure that nobody was able to swing back through the market doors. And because of those forward positions, you're just basically nearsighted, so it would have been some free kills no matter what. So just nice little play coming out here from QOR. That's exactly how you want to play this map, making sure that you're able to consistently pull rotations and waste out utility before you actually get into the mid round if you're playing slow on your side on the attack. So nice little dub on that column. Now a very decent buy going into their bonus.
Ooh, Darkus. Heard someone, got someone with the net and just spammed through and got lucky. And the same teleport style too from Alum, who likes to flash around that corner, check what's up over in tree. And that's forced Ali to reinforce that with barrier and the sonic sensor, but that's only going to last for so long.
Good chunk though if it's not being shot, which they are doing it at least right now. And they're also leveraging the clone to break all the sonic sensors too. So nice little counter back to what Deadlock is supposed to bring here as a main counter between this Yoru and the chamber.
Just trying to pull rotates towards the right side, and Alum gets a win here. That would just inspire the pain train to keep on chugging, as Liz would say. Now they're going to try and wrap around the backside. and Winthrop are within the site. They could always escape through
30
A
seconds
main
left.
because there's no pressure from core through there. Allie could be just stuck in hell depending on gets spotted. Kind of an early net may reveal his position. Here's the drop down from core, and Winthrop
Wow.
just dot the I's and cross the T's.
A 2-player hold just decimates core trying to drop down. I mean, it was perfect pathing, and I was just about to mention, I was ready to talk about it. I was like, I wish Ali moved forward with Glyph so they could take control here of A main so that they could actually work off each other. But somehow, a player in hell and a player practically out in the open of Glyph goes for a full 5-man spree. I have to check that back in the replay. He finds the timing. Everybody's just so hyper-focused and trying to take down Ali, who even pivoted onto the other side when there's spraying on the right side too. That is not a great start here for the bonus round for core, and already an early turnaround for Winthrop.
I like this out buy from Infiltrator. He's gonna dip around the corner, and Alum, it's a big 1v1 for him to win. But with the trip and the smokes, well, he'll be busy with that and wondering if Infiltrator goes all the way towards spawn or wants to hold that trip. Meanwhile, kind of a stalemate. Logan gets checked, and it's kind of the exchange you would expect between Sova and a chamber.
Comes down to the mid fight here.
Oh. Now the flash will keep moves humble. The rest of core have an opening to work with, and how do Winthrop want to cover those gaps? Because Ali's presence is very critical to A, and Glyph makes the job easier. Core have to go where it's best, the weaker site over at B. Governor doesn't have anything and moves. Could get a good time swing off the alley net that's thrown, and there's a fish in the water, but it's just not biting today. And core even throw out the annihilation, but it's just the cherry on top. But wait, Governor's farming orbs. That's pretty cool and all, but we're on a good win streak right now.
Yeah, it was just great timings being found from both on the attack. Alum against Infiltrator, but then also the repush from Glyph right in through the smoke. The rest comes down to an amazing push that you just saw here towards this B site. There was a perfect, I mean, everything was perfect in terms of the read from Winthrop University, as you mentioned, just the shot didn't land. The shots didn't land, rather, and there wasn't really more adding on to the net to really help out to secure those kills. And Winthrop, unfortunately, here back into an eco round. We have pretty decent extremity control from both sides of Winthrop, and you're just gambling on that. Camera's the only thing that's going to watch on mid. While the rest here are trying to find a perfect play to surprise some players towards main. That's already a tell.
They're gonna flash out of this smoke.
Oh,
Wait,
way.
these sheriffs are crazy. Of course, they'll end up on top of that exchange, but it's a very surprising amount of damage for sheriffs.
And we'll take it. I mean, at the same time, you're staying anchored up towards Gelato because you're controlling these weapons to not get picked up here by Glyph. I was just about to mention the smoke being thrown on the ground was an instant tell that there was going to be some sort of aiming pressure, a flash through. But it comes down to some amazing shots, both from Infiltrator and Ali, to make it expensive against Core. But nonetheless, player advantage, weapon advantage, as nothing is picked up by Glyph, and it should still be the round coming in for their side because the last two players of Winthrop are not grouped up.
Core just reconned into sight after clearing wine with the drone. Paranoia buys Glyph some time, but he's gonna have to face this head on and can't escape into hell. Can't do much more than that. Moves with the sheriff against 3. Core building quite the streak, right? Not in terms of back-to-back rounds, but the lead is growing in Core's favor, and this is the same sort of dominant start that they had last map, although it was on defense.
And I respect what Moves was doing there. Just breaking the window, letting his presence known. He's on a sheriff only, and you know that if somebody's going to try to challenge him, Moves has been really good with the sheriff so far in this series, and almost isolated that first fight against Nerve, and maybe the rest could have surmounted a couple more kills. But if not, it was just an equal round anyways for Winthrop, and they were going to be able to buy into the next round, and you already have strong ults for Core anyway, so just go for that fight.
Infiltrator will buy up the op again. Okay.
Interesting look. I mean, it works out. We were talking about how the defense or both the attack are going to play quite slow. They were trying to go for some sort of a trap play with the Odin. Because Glyph is still able to escape. He does eat some damage, but he TPs, even walks into wine. So he's in a really good position because anything that could be utilized to clear him out is actually being utilized on mid.
Yeah, A may not even be what's interesting to them, and Annihilation claims one, and Ali will just do it all on his own. Such a consistent vocal player for this team. A much needed call, much needed information. Now the op watch is over.
Nice.
This lurk too. Tuzi's been found. Great wine spot, as you point out from Glyph, and Winthrop have a good plan going forward.
And Glyph, week after week after week, has always been putting these drop smokes to spot feet when he fights. So you have to keep an eye on how you can play an Omen effectively here in your rankings.
Hey, Logan's a bit cut off from the barrier. Okay, he did manage to slip through. That paranoia was nice from Glyph. It will cost him though. And Core's spike somehow ended up towards the top of the site, but still numbers were in Winthrop's favor anyway.
Yeah, and I was just about to mention too that they were kind of lucky for the side of Core that only Infiltrator died and Governor still somehow survived when he was out of the cocoon because Ali just couldn't place his crosshair to get that second kill. But it's everything else here to deny that control and the fake being sold here on this ace. I mean, look at that. Keep an eye on how you want to play those smokes here. If you want to ever play Omen, Glyph is one of those Omen players you want to keep looking at to perfect your games here. Looks like we want to try to go for some sort of a fight here for A main. Paranoia could definitely help out here for the A site solo hold. As you can already see here, Glyph watching that line.
Ooh, the teleport being heard from Ali. He's definitely suspicious.
Got Hunter's Fury with it too. Maybe try to combine this. There it is.
Yeah, Paranoia's gonna catch Ali, but thankfully the Hunter's Fury is gonna keep Core in their place. And oh, Nerv is actually using his too. There's just a big no man's land in the middle of A, but it's only Core that benefit. Mostly with pistols though, it's still an uphill battle.
Very nice play by Winthrop. You threw that wall on top of that so you can't even scale out for Core, and Hunter Fury gets value. It trades out on a kill onto Ali. Actually, that was Nerve that got onto Ali, where it's supposed to be a kill on main somehow. But anyways.
Yeah.
Who's next?
All right, just being able to play off the camera, but now find a hiding spot because Alam's checking backside now towards the closet, and Core have a net maybe with his name on it. And Winthrop really trapped. Paranoia coming from the defense, trying to help Core on their way. But wait, reinforcements have rotated in on time. Tuzi converts two, of course. And Core make this possible with mostly pistols.
Yeah, definitely the beginning of this round got me so confused, but Winthrop circling back with perfect shots. Flooding into the B site. Infiltrator has no choice but to save here. Oh, he's getting hunted down.
Oh, you got a shotgun. Run away. May still be able to save it, but well, we've seen a lot of thrifties.
Yeah, the series, of course.
Time to jump.
Infiltrator at least is able to, so far, save his op. The last two players, I'm sure they still want to go on a hunt. This was a lower buy that you have here on the attack. It looks like they opted to save their weapons instead and guarantee the round and the weapons to carry over to the next. But I gotta say, again, the confusion that I had at the beginning, it was a perfect play by Winthrop University. Paranoia to a wall, people were blinded jumping across, and Governor should get free kills to Hunter's Fury into A main. But it was actually somehow Nerv's Hunter's Fury on the attack side that opens up A, and I thought it was actually a Hunter's Fury to counter Governor's position, as it's usually the type of Sova on Sova that you like to see with their Hunter's Fury usually, but ends up being a nice little pick on the A side and just a death ball to move back towards B, because all of the util that was being thrown from the get-go on the defense, they realized the weaker side on B.
Tuzi's a big playmaker too. Amount of times, 2 for Tuesday, but he got 3 this time, and he still gets this one even caught mid-teleport. Annihilation grabs no one, and Winthrop set up the crossfire. Well, actually, Infiltrator has to just play off the op, so he's gonna let Core walk into this and rely on the barrier and everything thrown from Alley, but that just gets shredded on down.
Especially when there's an Odin there.
Hey, Paranoia makes contact, and as Alum goes to hunt that down, teleports in, double teleport. Winthrop, hold the line, build the wall, and Core just can't keep committing into this, not with an op in position. So many L's, just when you thought Core were running away with this after the Thrifty, they got humbled real quick.
Looks like there was a little bit of studying going through it, anticipating the Alum TP right by the front of the double box in the right corner of the A site, and that really foils any type of real foot hits they're trying to do here off the Paranoia of Tuzi. This becomes a 30-second save now for the side of Core. You've invested a lot here with the Odin. Actually, they're going to move towards this B side for a plant. He kind of just gave it up the whole time here for Winthrop, which is fine because you still have trips to find you information. As it gets broken one way and there's 13 seconds left, and they're booking it, they'll be able to get the plant. Tuzi has to win this fight towards spawn.
Shadows traveling.
Hey, that's a close call from Core, but they believe. At least Tuzi's at the right place at the right time, but doesn't want to be caught by the drone and the Odin. Just to scare away, just make a bunch of noise. Look at me! And Tuzi out of the smoke and finds moves. Completely off board. No. Was that a dimensional drift too that just snuck up on a nerve? Either way, Tuzi. Yep. 1 versus 2, and the spike's getting diffused. And Governor clutches up his one.
I was about to mention the pathing around the drone and dimensional drift kind of just didn't really allow moves to rotate back towards that spawn. That was a beautiful push from Tuzi in that area. We just talked about the 4 position that he had to take. But the amount of util that was still around for Infiltrator. Look at that. After he gets that kill, he has full util to go back towards that site. He has flash, he has clone, doesn't use the flash, just uses a clone and comes out of it with a shorty only to get that pick. That was insane for him to be able to get that against the Odin, but it turns out to be a beautiful retake in the end for Winthrop. At least they got the plant, they got some money for the side of Core. It's only Logan that's broke.
These teams just trading rounds after rounds, and Recon goes unchecked, and Logan gets discovered, but what does that really tell you? There's a lurk on the B side, so pay attention. But still, the deadlock util is that first obstacle course that Core have to get through first.
The thing is, it's been thrown early. So right now, there's not too much stalls for the rest of the site, so at this point, if the wall breaks, I would expect a TP from Infiltrator to help the A site because you can't leave Valley alone here.
Let's see if the op gets there on time. The drone comes through for Core, and they have the Alum teleport ready to be pulled. Paranoia at the back site will get Infiltrator off the hook, and Core have teleported in. They got a kill at the front side, and they've really studied up on the Winthrop setup from their last encounter, and Core trying to rewrite this result with a plant on A. Gotta be careful of moves coming around the tree side, and could get lucky against Darkest and kind of chokes the shot, but Darkest will have another chance. Alum plays this front to back, and no backline left from Winthrop except Moobs, who's been already discovered. Could get shot in the back here any second though from Logan. See if the timing is right for Moobs at 5 HP. To discover where this last player is, and Nerve doesn't know he's there. Oh no! That was close.
Yeah. Nonetheless, 5 HP remaining. I was trying to figure out here why Logan wasn't moving a little bit more quickly than needed be, but you know, moves at 5 HP could still be very deadly, and he's very smart. So he probably thought that Moves was somehow watching that flank, and he didn't want to give his life away, especially when it was out of the fight the whole round, not knowing where their opponents could be when he's actually rotating back to help the A site. Everything else around that, though, was perfect for Core on the engage and the execute within the site. Because they got the A site opened up, they had beautiful crossfire setups for anybody trying to run through from the market door. Or sorry, from the tree door, right over here. Nerve the instant trade, forcing Infiltrator out. It's good util coming out here from Nerve.
And it's so nice to have an IGL as good as him that can also frag out. Like, he can do it all, and he's been good on every map. So Core are not having a one-sided map the way that Lotus was. And this is great that we are entertained with a good series nonetheless. I think the op buys have been a real difference maker for Winthrop when Infiltrator can be there on time for A. There's been a lot of pressure from Core, though, to make this structure a lot less comfortable from Winthrop's side.
Core's sitting in a pretty decent position, though, with this composition to have 6 rounds on the attack, but you are playing double senties on both sides, so maybe you could potentially see similar scorelines once the side switches, but usually on paper, you're going to be pretty happy with the results so far of how Core's currently playing.
Oh, Ali's going to recheck this? Are they going to swing off a flash from Infiltrator? Maybe you just hold your line with Sheriffs. Yeah.
There you go. He breaks. They should have double flash now to start fighting back.
Oh, the flash, the paranoia. It's just a chess match. But the Kings are still in place, and Core not happy with that engagement. I'm going to just let Winthrop have that one.
They're
Sounds
not
pushed all the
trying
way
to fight
top mid.
forward for the weapon, too, so you're okay here for Winthrop for... Sorry, for Core for this round.
These inserts from Core. Maybe try to upset, and Logan gets tagged up a bit. This is really drawn out the round, and Core will get through market. Tuzi opens up the site. Ali wants the right timing with the Sheriff, but he actually wins his one, and Alum has to steady up. Did not want to let Alum get away with a 2-piece with a Sheriff. That would just be ridiculous. Now the rest of reinforcements are there, and Core just have the better weapons to hose down this area.
10 seconds left.
And there it is, 7-3.
Quite nice that once Nerve is able to regroup with Logan. First off, great on Logan to fall back towards tiles to make sure nobody's pushing on that side. Making sure that you protect the VIP, which is a spike carrier rotating all the way across. And by the time you move back into the B site, the smoke dissipates, so it just becomes 3 players watching down towards the rotate at spawn and an easy fight in the end. Great timing's being found, at least for Winthrop to do some damage. But you're looking at the big picture, though. It's Core definitely looking quite good on their attack side. 7 rounds now so far, with 2 rounds left in the half.
See how this A main scuffle goes?
Spike down A.
The defense already throws a net, and Winthrop granted both first kills, and what a teleport to Infiltrator with the op. And they've left Alum inserted to try and punish this, and Infiltrator just gets out for free.
Almost had him too, and that would have been such a big round for Core, and nothing that Winthrop would have won ahead here to start their or a big start, sorry, for Winthrop, and nothing that Core wanted to have to start their attack side for round 11. Especially when Logan almost had a freebie into B main and just unfortunately couldn't get that kill onto Governor. And now you just play for info. That breaks. Moose tries to get ready.
Here comes help. Call 911. But who will it be for? Clip has a paranoia, and it's like they're both ready to fight this with everything they have, especially with Governor going unsmoked at the top site. Core could find themselves between a rock and a hard place, and Nerve challenging that and losing makes this round even more dire. We're not going to get any advantages.
Logan was just what his role was. His responsibility was just watching towards that spawn with the outlaw, just to try to get a pick and try to prevent the rotate from happening at that spot. Yet you challenge it with a spike. It doesn't make his role even that much easier.
Last round before the switch.
Winthrop, though, they're able to claw back a little bit. And those little rounds that you're actually giving away here, those small mistakes that you currently make here from Core could render to be quite costly here once we switch sides. Big ult from both ends. Alim looking to leverage a shotgun and dimensional drift. This might be a very quick hit towards the A site. They could combine it with Nerve's Hunter's Fury.
Right here.
Yeah, I think that seems to be the case. There's going to be a double combo wombo here for trying to muster up a site, but they're still trying to figure out which site they want to hit with that.
Infiltrator has his teleport set up for A too if he needs to get back to his prime position with the op. He's just a phone call away. Luke can get the neural theft, and okay, Infiltrator will teleport out, leaving moves, leaving a sense of security for Core. This is Flash, he's not gonna pull the trigger, and he just gets a free one on Logan, and there's the neural theft. Big advantage for Winthrop.
Barrier deployed.
Who's next?
I'll use it now.
I'll see the stack towards A, and Winthrop have to ready, and the teleport in. Tuzi doesn't keep it, but Allen will continue to commit off the paranoia. Man, Winthrop, he just fragged better at the front door. Glyph, Governor, and the rest make work of A and leave this to be a 7-5 half.
The amount of times that you weren't able to get value for the chamber lurk up towards B main because it's being countered round after round by just Governor's util as a Silva. They decide to flash him so he gets a forward line. They get no contest, and then they're just holding a tight angle that they've never done within 12 rounds, and it catches Logan off guard. Forces them to make a Hail Mary play towards the A site hit when they have zero mid control, and Moves gets the perfect backstab while the rest are just anchoring there. I mean, there's nothing you could do. Nice hold towards the end for Winthrop University, a nice little comeback. And now it's not as one-sided anymore. A 7-3 looked really good for Core. But now Winthrop could bring it back. 4 ghosts for them to fight with.
And get to see the power of these two Sentinels on the defense and how aggressive Logan's gonna want to be, but all eyes are on Hallie. What a shot right through Hallam. Peeking his head out through A. And Winthrop are just gonna abandon the mission. Although they had the weaker site at A, they're gonna just still work the map.
Right now, the best thing they have here is potentially a refresh of a camera if they have it for the side of moves, if not just a recon. Oh, it's a cage for him to push forward.
Oh, Logan. Interesting. Darkest at the front door and smoked, and
Did you place a TP? How did he just end up at the same spot?
yeah, I was really confused.
God, did I see that right? What the hell is going on there? Anyways. Pivot back, though, because they still have the insert from Ali on that side. And that recon's now back up for Governor, so it's just a full-out explosion behind the recon into this A site.
All right, the net. Not gonna catch anyone. Paranoia from Core right through mid. This Winthrop just one tap away from dealing with Nerve. It's gonna shock. Do some good damage, leaving Tuzi to do all the cleaning up. Wait, these defenders are something else from Core.
Oh my god, what a hold in the end here for Core. The wall is being thrown too, just to not allow anybody to flood back from the door, and somehow you're still able to hold it down for Core. And it was such a great start. Look at this TP. Oh wait, did he shock dart break it? Oh my god, okay, that's what happened. He clicks it just as the shock dart breaks the TP, so he couldn't leave. Oh, that was kind of sick. He was stuck in the animation, and somehow, wait, how did I end up in the same spot? Nonetheless, though, they still get the round for Core in the end, and that is what you really want to focus on that side. Winthrop, they need to come back with that magic of the Thrifties to try to come back in this game. If not, that's potentially a knockdown to the lower brackets.
Ooh, Nerves doing good damage. Tuzi was at the front door, already marked this push before it even happened, and Infiltrator already teleported in. At least Winthrop make this a quick one.
Of course, unless I'm gaslighting it, he just mistakenly recalled his TP, but I doubt that happened there.
There's no way. That was
yeah,
goofy,
exactly. That'll be not what you want to do. But nonetheless, the op is now for a limb. Actually, double outlaw. Did try to invest a little bit here going into your attack side, it seems. Maybe they realized a couple of pistols being purchased or something like that. And now they want to play the double outlaw because 4 of them are one-shottable for the side of Winthrop. And where are these lines being held? Middle. A main. And a double hold here from the Sova Omen with their util on the B side for the stall to flush them into these outlaw crosshairs.
They're already using a shock, a recon. Did get someone dancing. Oh, and now Winthrop are like, what the heck just happened back here? And the opponent is teleported out, so Winthrop gonna have to do this one without a lurk. Got a 2-2 split, trying to get into market, sneak into the smoke. They think this is free space, and this ends up being a trade because it's Nerve on the back end, just spamming through the smoke. Winthrop have made progress towards B, though. And Nerve is just going to want to wait for reinforcements.
And everything's being blocked out, too. It's hard for them to break this wall because they have Guardians and Stingers, so that gives a tell of 2 players at least breaking that wall. So Ali's just trying to delay as much as he could. He's going to be the selfless player. Baits it out for Infiltrator.
Yeah, they were trying to run after where Ali was because of where that net was thrown, so
You're all more important than
Winthrop
words.
catching up. There's a much needed win to just not let Core get to double digits quite yet.
Odin for Nerve 2. Plenty for this B side. I mean, right now there is a little bit more aggression coming out from Core, unlike what we've seen on the defense for Winthrop. I think the only time we definitely saw some aggression coming through here from Winthrop was when they had Glyph's ult available to try to push down and go for a trap play. But if not, they are giving a lot of free reign for Alim to really try to do what he wants to do on this Euro position. Look, he's about to walk out. Disrespect the smoke again.
No.
I think their Core are being a lot more aggressive out of this tree side. Usually they just kind of depended on their Sentinel util and hung back, but Darkus has been a standout time and time again, and you wanted Ali to do that too. It sucks to lose a vocal player so early like that, especially one with the Annihilation. To really thrive with that ult in the chaos.
Winthrop's got to find a way to stop Alim here on these mid walkdowns with the Yoru. They tried to do it with a recon and a TP, but he still walks out of it, disrespects the kill. Because he knows he can just leave.
Really trusting in the sonic sensors. That'll be what Tuzi can play off of, including a paranoia. Alim has watch over tree. There's the paranoia. Winthrop stuck, separated,
Down
and
A.
vanquished. And then the flank is on its way from Moobs. Getting right behind this outlaw. Wait,
No
he ran
way,
into
bro.
him, Alim, with the quick flick. This has really stabilized Core's backline and left Winthrop to have to face this head on
No.
and run uphill.
remaining.
And it's a
Last
trade
player
back and
standing.
forth, and now a 1v1
down.
with 11 seconds. All Logan has to
seconds
do
left.
is prevent it, but Glyph has other ideas.
Spike planted.
In a great spot now. There's no util for Logan to retake the site with, so he's got to clear every single corner. And Glyph is just banking that he's not going to get wall banged.
Big risk to take. This depends on the timing of which angle Glyph is going to be checking. You flip a coin. Oh, and within the smoke, Glyph has bought himself so much time, but is that a giveaway? Logan's going to check through closet, and there it is. Logan susses him out. Fist bumps as Core get up to double digits.
Wow, Glyph, I think, thought that Logan was still in the backside clearing it after the drop and decides to run out of his own smoke. And he gives his position away, and Logan's able to win that one for Core. That was so doable in the end. Dude, there has to be the gun sticking out when they were bumping into each other from the flick like that. Because from our POV, when we're looking at moves walking and bumping in through the smoke, he saw nothing. There was no way from his POV that there was a tell that allows here Alim to just turn around and kill him with the outlaw. That was nice. Even
Let's see,
nicer.
was that Alim with an outlaw too? Either way, only one outlaw remains. As Winthrop now net and pick up the pace and the aggression, but the stinger and underneath the
Spike
glass.
down mid.
Wait, Darkest.
Enemy remaining.
Oh,
Oh my
my
gosh.
God, he's about to ace with not even a real weapon. He almost picked up another one, styled on Glyph, but holy cow, Darkest MVP?
Oh, that's how you answer back here for Core.
Don't give them time to reposition.
A nice little round won by Logan in the previous round where Glyph just kind of gave his position away, but this time one grab net and a swing before a flash even came out, and he gets 2 kills before he actually gets the assist from Doozy to get the right click on the third. It was crazy coming out from Ali, or from Darkest, sorry. Dude, I'm getting these names confused all game.
They're both great. Like, they both had pop-off moments, but damn, just when you had first blood, you're ready to run it down, and it's just one Sentinel versus the world. Like, Arcus has had a great series. There are so many players that have had these pop-off moments and these hero plays. Now, what are we, 11-6? This is very much do or die for Winthrop. This comeback is starting to fade away.
Darkest is smiling too. He's feeling it. He knows right now that Winthrop University is kind of anxious here. And the last time that they pulled a timeout this late, I don't think that they were able to come back to win that one there on the side of Winthrop. So they're feeling that confidence to move forward here. Yes, it's Darkest. Sorry about that, chat. So he's the one coming forward. The net, and he even sees the tip, and he even heard the L drone. So he knew that the other player was going to be there just around the corner. So what a nice little play on his side. Double digits for his anchoring play. Ali, meanwhile, we talked about him playing great. He's 14 on the top of the board on the attack. You want that to be coming out here for Infiltrator to help Winthrop University bring this game closer and hopefully make this a closer of a matchup. We've seen a banger on the first map here, Lemon Kiwi, but the rest so far has been Core in control.
Deploying drone.
Yeah, this is a must-win for Winthrop. Just a lot of people at 0 credits, so Core gonna leave mid open. Nerve is smoked off, and Core aren't gonna redirect their attention towards market. They're still trying to make a play off of or with Logan. And while the rest of Winthrop try to hit Darkest yet again, he has an annihilation. A lot of ways to waste Winthrop's time. And speaking of annihilation, it's Ali pulling out his furs, just running in blind into market. Alum gets his one that he's been patiently waiting for, and Annihilation doesn't grab anyone. It does put down the red carpet, but Core cutting them at the heel. Logan barking back. An Infiltrator has to make the ultimate comeback to keep his weapon, to give anything. But all he did was give Logan a 4K.
What a huge gamble there for Winthrop University. They were just trying to make so much noise on the tree side that understanding how they would rotate on the defensive side, they would take mid control or something like that. So they break one of the nodes off the wall and instantly goes for the Hail Mary, thinking that somebody was going to be in the market so they could catch him. M3, market side with the ult. And he gets no value. Instead, it's that ult right there from Alim that gets all the assists for Logan to just get a beautiful 4K and now serious point for Core.
And because Winthrop dropped that round, they just have a pretty broken buy. Some shields, some not. Dimensional drift. That's what you can really depend on if you're Winthrop, is the ults, not the weapons. And you hit Core where it hurts. The backline in trouble. A scuffle within the site because of the dimensional drift. And Infiltrator didn't make Core hemorrhage enough. And now the defense well established within B. Winthrop have time to leave the scene, but they're quite happy with their angles. Not happy that they've been revealed by the recon, but Governor gives them another chance at life. Number is in Winthrop's favor. Within the heart of the site is Logan. Tuzi on the other side. No paranoia, but smokes to assist. Logan just trying to hit them as they drop. The 1-2 can't dance against everyone. It's just Tuzi, and he just gets cut down. And on a weaker buy, Winthrop just haven't given up. They'll go out kicking and screaming.
Yeah, you're quite lucky here that the players that were still alive for Winthrop University were the Sentinel players. Because first off, the wall being thrown for Ali to cut the rotates from spawn also cut their ways to move down towards the staircase to split into the B site after that double ult combo that they tried to do. But thankfully, because Moves is still alive, he throws a trip on to watch the market side, and they can just all focus on Logan trying to anchor up towards the back of the side. No heroic plays this time around, though, from the Sentinels on the side of Core. Winthrop with a broken buy still has a pretty decent in this round, but Logan now has the Dota False to work with.
Said it right. Can he do it right? Oh, the
Close.
shot Logan doesn't land. You need that if you're Core. Finish line
Enemy mark.
at arm's reach. Here comes Winthrop right through tree, and the deadlock from Darkus is not there this time. Hunter's Fury won't fall for that trick. Flash been caught. Oh, that's a kneecap that somehow
know
still
exactly
remains.
Wow.
Governor has the plot armor. And Winthrop head for A, and it's just the one anchor. It's Nerve, 2 shock bolts. He's been revealed. The neural theft is out for Winthrop, and Nerve is out for Blood. Annette catches, I think, 1 or 2 on the top side.
Both,
Plenty of time now for the spike to get planted. Nope. No plan for you, but freed from the shackles. Winthrop with numbers, but now angles are starting to get surrounded by Core. They're about to break down the door, and Winthrop just haven't even planted yet because of that annihilation.
Last player
Now a
standing.
stun and
30 seconds
a net. The Winthrop chemistry is really starting to cook Core when it matters the most. It's Logan with the outlaw. Isn't going to be seeing much unless Glyph swings on this. And man, Winthrop still got it.
The fight for Tree was probably the biggest thing that helped Winthrop University get into the A site. From shoulder peak to a double swing, and then that just opened the doorways of floodgates for Ali to have immaculate utility to stall that upper site. You talked about the wall in the net, but then the other one was the sonic sensor too. That didn't really allow for the re-swing to happen here from, I think it was Logan, right? On that 1v3. He miscounted using the shorties that both buckshots were going to break open that door. Couldn't really help out his teammate. Now
Wind in
they're
the sails of Winthrop.
they're on an eco for Core.
Start building a win streak if you're Winthrop, and that's a good start. You've been sussing out that Core like to try shenanigans on these sheriff rounds, and the wine spot, well studied, and Logan, he's always good for 1, and he'll get out and teleport, but the chase is on, and Winthrop are even gonna teleport in, and Glyph is gonna stick it. Paranoia, they are after Logan. He's going in the death note. He's been found, and Core, help cannot be on the way, not with the barrier in their path, so
1 enemy remaining.
it's just gonna be an impossible round for Core, and not wanting to feed them any ult orbs, because now Winthrop can build themselves a lot of win cons going forward. Try and make this comeback work.
That's why Governor is going on the hunt. Ali's the support here trying to trade it out because that will put him 1 closer to the annihilation for the deadlock. So very smart here for Nerve indeed to just stay back. But with him knifing the door in the very beginning, he already gave his position away. So you're guaranteeing the ult in the next round for Winthrop. So Governor will have it up. And Ali is going to be 1 away from his. This is looking pretty good now for Winthrop University to start answering back here. They were a little bit surprised, though, from the shot of Logan towards B main. But every answer after that, I mean, you saw that TP towards that shed. You were wondering if they're going to stick it. It was just off the information that the drone gets, so that Glyph throws the paranoia and it just flood into the backside, not giving a chance for any anchor players within Core to do some shenanigans and get some heroic plays. And that was Logan punished in the back.
Core, they can't choke this now. That's not what the Q stands for. Not choke. You don't even spell it that way. Winthrop. Victory could be ahead of them. They're able to just use a lot of util, just drones, sonic sensors, trips. They get the orb, they get the annihilation, and the spike's on the other side.
You're seeing that Ali's playing very similarly to if you had a Vice in your composition. You go for a sonic sensor towards the front. If people are going to try to walk it, you still have a camera in the trip. So great information for them to hold a 5-side hit and just be wary of what's still available, that they could get flanked here from middle if they want to try to go for this hit towards the A side, or when they want to. Because Governor is looking to open it up here with the Hunter's Fury.
Hunter's Fury, oh, he teleports out before he gets hit again. The paranoia, he gambled that was the real
Spike
clone.
down A.
Man, Tuzi is making this winnable for Core. He could have the cape on his back, but the Annihilation does claim one, and Winthrop are still trapped at the front door because of this barrier. They're about to walk into the sightlines to Avalum through tree. And he finishes off what he started, and Core do as well. They go to the upper final.
Again, just studying and knowing where the pathing of the TPs are going to be for the Yoru. Beautiful flash from Tuzi. Beautiful anchoring on that spot, too, to not give a chance for Winthrop to move forward and to try to tie up the game and force us into overtime. And Core, well, against all odds, at least for us in the prediction on the desk, they move forward.
And